Hello, and welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Quest XI Part 3. My name is Sausage. Let's see. We left off here at the camp in the Heliodor region. I feel like I left something back here. We don't have the... Pressing Steve. Like there's a chest. So there. See the... Now I'm going to use these Seeds of Life early, exponentially, as you can tell the stats are worth a lot more earlier than they are later. So 5 HP right now is quite a bit bigger boost than it is later on in the game. Alright, let's take a look at the map. So Heliodor is straight up. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do a quick detour, just make sure that we find everything in this area. I'll let the one copper, swing, I can do right here, so we've got some lamp lights. Guys. I think they give me quite a bit for XP. The rest of the guys are facing. Yeah, these 9 are great. So these guys go this way. Chimera. Canned out right. Finding these guys. Hopefully there we go. Level 5. New spell and skill points. So heal. So skill points. Every time a party member levels up, and we will see that from here on out, they will earn some skill points. As the name suggests, these can be used to acquire new spells and abilities. To use them, open up the character builder from the MISC menu. Skill points right away. So you can either choose yes to do it from here or do it from the menu. If you do it from directly right there, for whatever reason the music doesn't play, character builder is where you can use skill points to teach your party members new skills and abilities and also improve their attributes. You unlock a particular panel, the ones surrounding it will become available, expanding your options even further. Be carefully about what to unlock when and work your way towards the ultimate abilities. So this is kind of like a mix between Final Fantasy 12, your job board, and maybe kind of like the Spirit Grid. I don't know, this is pretty common in RPGs, have some kind of grid. So each character will have some different categories. Like, for instance, as Sword Master, you can't start at Sword Master, you have to work your way up to it. So the highlighted panels on the right these lit up panels are the first ones that you can actually unlock, and from there, so for Flame Slash, I can then move to attack power, critical hit. So we have regular swords, great swords, luminary. Luminary has some decently nice, just mostly stats. This is kind of a cool grip spell, but I'm going to stick with great swords. I feel like the great swords are easily the hero's best weapon. We do have the ability to change weapons during battle, so I'll probably a little bit later on get some of these skills, like Metal Slash is very useful for metal enemies specifically. That's probably the only thing we're really going to use from swords themselves. So I'm going to start out with this great sword. This is a pretty good ability that we can use during boss fights, so helps our defense. Platypunk. I believe this is our very first time given pet. Yes, it is. Power pet. If a character is attacked a lot or undergoes certain other trials and tribulations, eventually enter an innervated state known as being pepped up, which will boost their martial might for a while. Nothing lasts forever. After several turns have passed, they lose their glow and go back to being their normal selves. However, any characters who are pepped up from the battle lines will still be so when the next one begins. So this is a pretty cool kind of limit break system. The fact that it carries over from battle to battle is very nice, especially early on. And as you get more characters, you can chain these pet powers together. So it is a pretty cool system. So right now, it's going to give us an attack bonus. You can see, I think we were doing 9 damage before, now we're all the way up to 15. I feel like there should have been just... Maybe from the we have another new enemy type. Hammerhead. Try to critical hit. 7 experience, 7 damage. What's that? Oh, I saw it. Single file. So that's going to be an MP story item. where we're at, we'll go ahead and get into a fight with this guy. Oh, and also, I forgot to look at the spell I learned earlier. Magic, we did learn the heal spell, very useful. So now we do not have to rely on medical herbs because we have MP. I think this is only a 3 MP cost, so not too expensive. Also, something that we forgot is Gemma's Charm, so we can actually equip this to accessories slot. It gives us extra defense, chance of being beguiled, and chance of being cursed. Are going to backtrack. It looks like we missed a big area back here with our alternate route. And something I may not have mentioned, so the trees that are highlighted like this and also the crystal-looking formations that come out of the walls, when you click those, they automatically give you 3 items. So, very nice. Oh, did not even see that. Right. Some of the enemies are blended into the environment, especially during the nighttime they're sleeping, so you can see they're just kind of chilling on the grass there. Very sneaky. We did lose our pet. So there is no set turns or anything for when you get pep. I think you can get some abilities that give you an increased chance of pep. And this is another enemy. So the pep kind of randomly activates. Happens more often than you think. The Drakies, 12 experience, 15 gold. Not bad. Usually the way I like to judge it, the game lets me run over the enemies. They're probably not terribly worth fighting. Especially in the early game of this game, the difficulty level isn't too incredibly high. Not a whole lot of need for just grinding. There'll be something a little bit later on that will help us with grinding a little pet powers to let us fight some enemies that get quite a bit of high XP. I'm sure that I'll do later on. Quite a bit later, so we have another weak enemy, Toad. Hey, made it so I cannot cast spells. So as you'll see in the character icon in the bottom right, there's now some tape over my mouth that's the indicator for silence. So any of the effects that appear on your character, those will show up next to your character, whether positive or negative. If it's solid like this, that means that it's affected at least through the next turn. If it's blinking, I'm sure the pet power shows them as well. That means that you are 1 turn away from that effect going away, whether it's positive or negative. Jug of fresh water. Another Starblade. 1 shot of them. Only 3 experience, so again, not a whole lot of effort needed for these guys. Let's see, we are almost back. Just gonna check around for a few more items. We can always see how we did on our sparkling spots. So it looks like we missed a few. Those will take advantage of those over here. Again, those will respawn when we come back to areas. Never hurts to get some quick items. Nominal amount of XP to put with these guys as well. I don't know if you can actually level doing this, or you have to actually do it. Let's go ahead and just show off this one. Not really do 26 HP, pretty good. Oh, we did get it. So 2 more skill points to just check really quick. I don't think there's anything we can do. You can see how what I meant about the silence just sitting here. So if you have a lot of skill points to rack up and spend, and you can start getting awkward. So likely we'll go for either the attack power, is Heliodor or Heliodor is actually a really good skill. Attack power is always nice. Cutting edge is very nice too. So there are quite a few great sword skills that we do want. If not, that would be too big of a deal. Just a terrible amount of time. Sparkly spots. You can see the map will kind of tell you whether you can get up to certain areas. It looks like we could get up there, but if the map kind of dead ends and lets you know that there's things up there can't quite actually reach it. These guys are serious. 14 experience here, not too. Bush, so we got some cotton top, a medical herb, and another cotton top. And most of the items you can see crafting items, so we get some crafting capabilities a little bit later on in the game. We are now at the city of Heliodor. Very pretty city, much larger than Cobblestone. So Cobblestone have a little rustic, small town feel. You can tell this one's a pretty sprawling little castle town here, with the castle obviously being attraction. Wahaha. War here. Haven't seen you around here before, You're here to see the king, you say? We won't find him around here. We best head to the castle. Go straight up this road, climb the steps, keep going to Bob's your uncle. Just remember that they shut the gates as soon as the sun goes down. The king needs a sleep, you know. You're best off heading there bright and early if you want an audience. So good advice. During the night, we will not be able to access the castle, but we are not going to head straight there. If you look at the map, the only quest, main quest advice was the gentleman earlier about heading straight to the castle, but we do have 2 side quests on the map, and we have the item shop that we saw earlier and a couple of new icons. It looks like an inn, a bank, and then we also have a weapon shop and an armor shop, and something telling us we can go downtown as well. So quite a bit of exploring we can do here. Wah, wah, Amelia's stuck on the roof. She won't come down. Wah, someone help me. Amelia's stuck on the roof. You have to help. Girl wants you to rescue Amelia from the perilous rooftops above. Oh, what is some kitty here? My guess is Amelia is a cat. Thank you so much. You're so nice. Please get Amelia down. She's scared of heights, you know. Except Amelia's in a pickle quest. Alright. Yeah, before I explore the towns, I like to get the quests. You never know what you may run into. So usually through some thorough exploring, at least for some of the earlier ones, you'll run across them naturally if you do good enough exploring. Came all the way to Heliodor with just one goal in mind, to catch a glimpse of 2 of the greatest heroes in all of history, Sir Jasper and Sir Hendrik. The only problem is that they won't let me into the castle. Can you believe it? Well, if I'm not going to meet them in person, I suppose I'll have to bide my time by reading up on them instead. You know, if you wanted to earn my eternal gratitude, it could help you find a book about the exploits of these 2 fabulous knights. Tourist wants you to search for a certain book about 2 local heroes. Hendrik, the general, and Jasper, the tactician. We get a Drusilian shilling, as well as his eternal gratitude. Thank you so much. I know there's a book about my 2 favorite, British favorite, knights just sitting on a bookshelf somewhere. Taking a look around the west of the city, so maybe you should head east. You see any bookshelves with red books in them, take a closer look. Apparently they're the ones worth reading. If you do manage to find a book about Jasper and Hendrix, make sure to come back and tell me about it, won't you? Good luck. Accepts the Soldier and the Strategist, A Tale of 2 Heroes quest. So yeah, that alludes to my earlier comments about the red books being of some importance. Alright, so let's start back at the beginning. So, he said to explore the East, so in natural RPG fashion, that means I will be exploring everywhere but the East to begin with. So it looks like we have a bar here. Some bunny girls, very familiar with the Dragon Quest. Oops. Auto run. You see there's a button you can click for auto run. I almost never use that. So, well, let's see what's downstairs here. Looks like there's a side entrance. No PCs that won't even speak with you. There's not a whole lot down here. This takes us over right next to where the girl was. So let's see, we've got the innkeeper, we've got the bank. So the bank, if we wanted to store money, we could, but apparently they only deposit in quantities of 1,000, which we do not have as of yet. So it does become nighttime, and we can actually access the castle by the time we're done exploring. That is likely who we're going to want to talk to for the inn. Chimera Wing. So we have a red book. Spotter's Guide to Monsters. Intrepid adventurer should impress you upon one thing before you set out quest the world. Let it be this: monsters that roam the land at night are far more fearsome than during the day. Yeah, that's kind of what I alluded to earlier. I don't know if there's a huge difference, but there is a difference in the types of monsters you can run into during the night versus during the day. So this guy's showing here, we're trying to break in and break his pots and steal his flaxen thread. Thank you, sir. And we're just gonna steal a bandana. Our character is not only a luminary, but also a nuisance to the town. This looks like sun. This herb. Ah. So mentioned the cat was on the roof. My bet is that this will take us to the rooftops. This is the item shop. Actually ended up behind the item shop. Primarily blacksmith abroad. Wandering blacksmiths. Heh. I want to shop off the big episode of the camera. Let's see what he has really quick and then we'll head up that. You probably got it. Probably not. Item shops are usually not the greatest in this game. Sometimes there can be some cool accessories, but mostly medicinal herbs and antidotal herbs, and those are kind of a dime a dozen. Oops. Watch your step and find the letters. So let's see. There is a kitty cat. Remember, this is Miss Amelia. Mew. Cat's paw seems to be stuck in the hole of the roof. You want to help it? Nah. Okay. Let's actually. Help the little girl's cat. Go and tell her the good news. So, for reference, the quest catalog will tell you the current status of your quests if you were sidetracked. Not all of these are easily accessible right away. Some of them you have to go do other cities, other locations after you pick them up. So this is a pretty good example of the different statuses. So we have completed. So this is the one that we completed back in Cobblestone. Underway means that you have accepted the quest, but have not yet found what you were looking for. Nearly there means that you have completed the quest, but just have to go back to the quest giver to claim your reward. These question marks mean that there are quests available further on, but you do not have access to them yet, so if they are grayed out, you 100% do not have access to that location. Once, if you see any white question marks, that means that there are new locations that you have not discovered that you can access that will have a quest. So, quick tutorial for the quest log. 6 gold coins, and let's see if there's anything useful here. We have found our first mini medal and a little ghost penguin looking thing. Let's get our kitty litter. Just what I always wanted. The little girl's face lit up as soon as you told her that you managed to rescue Amelia. Two seemed quite delighted to be reunited. Not all of the doors are accessible. This is the same alley we were just in. Flurry feather. Cannot go in that building. Barrels, 30 gold coins. I may have glossed over the mini middle a little earlier. If you are familiar with the Dragon Quest series and past installments of the game, you know that generally there is someone out there who's looking for mini medals who will give you rewards for collecting certain amounts. I'm sure that will be the case. Soldier and the Strategist, A Tale of Two Heroes. Oh, I believe this is the book that we were looking for, so I believe I did actually go the correct way for our quest. So you can access through the MISC or just press start with the quest catalog. Nearly there, so we have actioned that request. Sir Hendrik and Sir Jasper. I'm sure we will encounter more of them as we go throughout the game. Magazine entitled Down and Out in Downtown Cuba. Lesser known highlights of historic cities set. I'm sure we will eventually get to downtown. Fishnet stockings. So that's an accessory. I do not believe. I think that is a female character only accessory. Our hero does not identify as such, apparently. Rope on the roof, did you? Get up to use the swanky part of town. See if there's anything interesting up here. We've got a rope. Looks like we can tie a rope and walk across this. If there's anything useful up here. So there was our chest we found earlier. It does not appear to be, except for there's a shortcut up. I don't think we did that quite as of yet. So we'll drop back down. I think this is actually the church. I don't think we've actually been there. Further down that side. still got a whole other side of tactics. We receive a Drusilian shilling for this quest. Told the tourists in Heliodor all about Hendrik and Jasper. Leaf through any red books you find to learn all kinds of interesting tidbits. That's really nice. So let's start out here at the weapon and armor shop. You want to sell sharper swords than me, mate? You can look, you probably best not touch. Welcome to the weapon shop. What can I do for you? But first off, we're going to sell. I know there's a way to sort inventory. We don't have a whole lot. Item bag. Most of these items we won't want to sell. These Drusilian shillings. Currency of a fallen kingdom, no longer legal tender, but can be sold for a few gold coins. Those are specifically for selling. So 100 gold's pretty nice at this point. It's probably all we're going to sell. I like to keep some of the old equipment. I know most of it isn't useful. If we get any duplicates, I'll probably sell, but I like to have at least one of each item. So we do have 2 point clothes, an extra 5 gold after that. So let's see what he has to offer. Copper sword and a copper chopper. So the copper chopper gives us an extra 3 attack for 300 gold. It would be nice, but not quite worth it. We'll probably save our money for something a little bit better. Armor is every adventurer's best pal. When the chips are down, it'll always be there for you. So come on, what do you say? Over the armor shop, how can I help you? So they have a leather shield. We're using a 2-handed weapon, so no need for shields at the moment. Bandana we already own. A leather hat looks like it would be a little bit better than our current piece. Wearfarer clothes and leather armor would be even better. Keep in mind that our current gear gives us some extra perks. So 5 defense is nice, but I think our other perks are a little bit worth it. I might buy this leather hat just to. Equip that straight on our main character. And I think we actually changed our outfit as well. So like I said, we could go back to the outfit. I don't know if I was actually walking around with this or not. So it will do this just for a little bit. So even if you don't have the items equipped, you can still wear the outfits. See, the Chardan bandana give us a little bit more MP and a little bit more charm. So we'll take the extra defense at this point. We'll stick with the rest of the gear that we have on. That then, so finally someone who does not appreciate us walking into their house and breaking something. That's a way out. Moon War Bulb, I believe that is a paralysis cure. Brief history of Heliodor. Less of fertile soil, farmers. Again, this is all background information, world building. The main story itself is quite entertaining. So there's plenty of story of this game without the additional color from some of these videos. So I'm not going to be entirely skipping out on the story of this game, just some of the less interesting bits I'm skipping over. And there is nothing in this game that is actually missable. So you eventually can come back to all areas in this game. So I'll try to find as much as I can during the first sweep, but know that if there is something I've missed, it's probably not terribly important, or I could replace it with something a little bit better going forward. There's something I'm looking for, though. It's this ladder here. So you notice we hit a locked door earlier. I'm wondering if this will allow us to bypass it. So I convinced there's treasure down this chimney, but I can't stand dark places, so I'm too scared to go down and have a look. Well, I don't mind. Bookshelf. This is where I actually thought the Jasper Hendrick book was. Glad we found that other building. Again, always worth exploring. Scrap of paper hidden between the books. Nothing I love more than dogged looks of those slum dwellers who pass beneath my balcony and gawk at my treasure chest with their hungry eyes. Envy of the unwashed masses is well founded, for the chest holds my greatest treasures, or I can rest easy knowledge that it remains completely inaccessible. As I did yesterday and today, tomorrow, I shall bask in the covetous glance of the rat scurrying below. Ah ha ha! Okay. All the more better when we look into this treasure. See the defense. And this is the treasure chest he was speaking of. Got ourselves a gold bracer. Very nice. Let's see what we got. 2 items. And we see the defense. We're going to use that. So 14. 1 defense. So we can sort by type. That makes it a little easier. Seed of skills I'm not going to use as of yet. Pep pops. These I probably will transfer to the hero. So they will be handy a little bit later on. That allows you to instantly be pepped up without needing the randomness of chance. Later for some scenarios that require you to be pets, and we unlocked this door that was previously locked. Very nice. And let's make sure we didn't miss anything else over this way. I think we already came back here. Most of these doors are inaccessible. We'll see some red lines on the map usually if you're able to enter a doorway. Not always the case. Generally. Alright, I think that covers our exploration of the main Heliodor city. So now we will head up to the quote-unquote fancier part of town and the castle. Let's see what time of day. So it looks like you can tell by the kind of in the middle at the bottom next to the map menu and zoom in. You can see what time of day it is. So still it seems to be thoroughly daytime. Let's check back here. We've got some nobles. We got a bush that we're just going to run right through. We have a nice courtyard back there. Some seed of sorcery. Our main character is going to be a kind of jack of all trades, so we'll start giving these to some of the other party members, but little magical might could not hurt. So magical might is going to be used for offensive spells. Magical mending is going to be used for healing spells. So pretty cool that there's some different skills for different kinds of magic. Oops. There's a small note on the door. Sausage takes a closer look. One is currently indisposed. Shan't be long. That's a terrible accent. I apologize. Does not appear we can get back there. Let's see if we can get into any of these other houses. We can. Big, nice, fancy house compared to the rest of the neighborhood. Get into these doors. Don't mind me, I'm just going to loot the treasure chest that's in the middle of the floor. Steal 100 gold coins, thank you. Book. The lurid allure of the dingy dungeons. So, far below the basements, the storerooms of Heliodor Castle, deep within as dungeons that house the most heinous and hardened criminals. So, dungeons beneath Heliodor. Hope we do not end up there. We're the luminary. Whatever reason could we? Not a criminal. Don't think we can actually get no red mark on the radar. So let's see what's in this house right here. We have a fancy bookshelf. Barrels down here. 25 gold coins. Very nice. Let's make our way up to the castle. Actually, how long have we been recording for? My count is somewhat close to 45 minutes, so I think I'm going to actually end this session right here, and we will pick up on the next episode with actually exploring the castle itself. Thanks everyone for your time.